Hello, everyone, and welcome to another glance episode. So as like always, kicking things off with a quick update. Um, so therapy was just focusing on some of the common thinking patterns. Um, the individuals that they often have, if they've been through like any kind of, you know, uh, trauma. Um, so yeah, so like being like honest, that how much that I found that I identify with with a lot of those, thinking of patterns. Mainly the couple that stuck out to me were I jumped to, like not feeling safe, so like for me, that means a lot, when I'm like in like any kind of like vehicle. Um, and then the like other one, um, it's like um it's like it's not like willing, to trust like others, or like and or my self. Um yeah, so like about the whole trust thing, I mean, if you've watched like any of the other like weekly like the weekly like episodes, then the odds are that you are aware that I do have issues when it comes down to trusting like others. Like it's one of those things that I that I struggle with. In part, because of some of the trauma, that I went through as like a kid. Yeah, so first you like memoir goes, no, I'm like now I'm like actively like thinking about, like what I want, like the front and the back at a cover to actually be, like what like art goes on there, like what kind of font, is like I use for the title, or the writing on the back cover, you know. Um, so like that's where I'm at with like that. I'm being honest, I really don't know like where I'm going to like actively be at on that, and I guess like the next like a week or two. Um, you know, it just the pins, on like where my motivation is at. Um, and like if that I look at it as a more of a like a therapy standpoint, like a versus, well, I have to do like XYZ, you know. Um, so in like other news, got through picture day, you know. Um, so I am hoping that his pictures turned out good. Like I won't know like until like I get the proofs from the photo company. Um, but like watching some scary movies, just with like it's like certain like loved ones, like my kid, my mom, them, um, but like probably not to watch, like the really like creepy ones, like one that he's like around, it's like yeah, I don't think that I need to like traumatize my kid like the way that I was growing up, you know? Um yeah, cuz like I don't want him to like think, like that he's going to have, like some bad like anything like that, or that something is going to come out, and like it get him or whatever. So no, and then like also like I thinking about like whether or not if like I want him, to do like like a trunk or treat thing or like go to the Recca Center, and just like be around like other kids there, um, or if like I want him to go to like the thing at the zoo here, where he gets to see, I know like the like animals here, and like do like some other fun things, like I mean that might be like a good thing for him, because he keeps like talking about like when is he gonna like get to wear his Spider-Man costume. I kind of think that he's been like Spider-Man for just about like every like a year. I know that before he was like a year old, he was a Superman. Um, and then when he was like a year old, and we went to a Disney World, uh, and we took him to their like Mickey Mouse's, like not so scary at a Halloween thing. Like he was Spider Man then. Like the classic one. The like red and blue like costume. And then I think when he was 2, he was also Spider Man at one point, but then he also had like a Batman costume. Yeah, so he was both the year. I think he was a Batman for the Mickey Mouse thing again. And when we came back and we went out, then he went out as Spider Man. And then it's like every like a year or like since then he's pretty much been like a Spider Man. I mean that I had to like look up like what like Miles's like a new like a costume was, like his like a Spider Man suit. So I had ordered him, the jacket that Miles had on, and the like a suit, and so that's what he wore like last year. So that's likely what he's gonna wear like for like this year though too. Um, but I mean, if he likes, likes like a character, and I don't see anything like wrong like with that character, I'm gonna say, hey, yeah, sure, it's cool, dude. Like going ahead, because like to me, like I think that he is like old enough, to like pick out, like what he like wants, like as long as it's like within like a reasonable like a price range, then I'm like a totally like cool like with it. But yeah, times now are like definitely like a different from when that I was a kid, and going out to like trick or treat. I mean, like, granted, my mom still had, to go through my candy, to see if there were any like razor blades or anything else, that could like go harm me, you know. Um, and yeah, like I think that kids back then that they also stole, like candy from like the other kids, like screw the kids, and they run off, and then you have their like candy, um, but like. Nowadays, it's like that I'm not so like quick, at least, to try to do like a door to like a door thing, do you like depending on like which like a neighborhood that we're actually like in. It's like I know when we were in the like south, and and even when we were in like Colorado, like I mean being there, like the like area that we were like actually in, it's pretty nice, so I didn't mind, going, like door to door, going like around, the block or like that with him, so I can get some like candy, but like yeah, but there are like neighborhoods that I like nowadays. Like I just won't, like yeah, I know like I take me to for like yeah, enough like obvious, like reasons, because number one thing I mean, is like keeping him safe, you know, and the thing is, is the is that I say like all of this here, like about like not wanting him to not like I really like wanting him, like so like definitely, like go out, like to like to like the different, like houses, like in a certain like a neighborhoods, I say all of that, it's like as like a person who had experience, like drive-bys as a like a kid, yeah, so like it's so even back then, it's like that I still like went, to like some of the houses like on the like block that um you know I mean do I think it's 100% safe? No, but then again that's why my mom checked the candy out and stuff like that. It's like but it's so crazy though, because it's like everybody on the block. It's like they like knew each other, like they looked up like for each other. Like despite like the stuff that was like going on, like nearby, and at times like on the block, um, yeah, it's like I just don't want like him, to like everything that like it's like normal, to like experience, like certain like things, I mean, it's like as his mom, like it's my job, it's like keep him safe, and then not let it's like anybody, like mess up with him, you know. Like, I think that I can per like attack him for like everything. No, but you better believe that I'm gonna dog on. Well, sure, and like I'm attempt to, you know, be, be, because he's my kid. Like I don't think that I could actively say I'm his mom. If I didn't like you gotta know like I care about, it, you know. Um. So anyway, pretty sure that's like enough of rambling with that. So like anyway, getting started with the main topics for this week's episode. The first main topic touches back on something that was brought up. in my therapy group, um, that that it kind of like kind of got me like thinking about stuff. So it's life's hard truths, personal mantra. Um, so like diving a little bit like deeper, like into my like recent therapy. It at a group session. Um, at one point we were introduced to positive statements that are mantras. And like asked to pick out one that we that aligned with, or to come up with our own. So like honestly, there were statements, that I thought were good, and that that I thought that they would like align, like with me, you know. Um, but it's like I felt that I aligned more, with something that I've said, like more than once, like across like all of the like uh, videos. Um, so it's like that I chose to go with every day won't be bad. All I can do is take each day as it comes. Being being honest, I mean, like that may sound good, but the reality is that I struggle with taking my own advice. So it's going to take some practice, to actually like implement that mantra. It's something, you know, that I can stand by, and live by. Truth is, it kind of reminds me of the one day at a time, a T-shirt that I have, by the Till Valhalla project. The truth is, it's like anything else, that you like I want to like implement or like that. That it takes time, like it's like a process, and I recognize, that on some of my work days, it's like that I don't feel like every day won't be like a bad day, and that goes. What I would saying, I have to like recognize, when my thoughts start, you know, uh, like narrowing, into like one of those like thought of like patterns, like that like I start to think, it's like every day is gonna be like the same. It's like that today was a bad day, so it means that tomorrow's gonna be a bad day. It's like where's the like evidence, to like back that up with, um, so yeah, so it's like I definitely have to, like focus on the like a positive things, like when that I recognize that that my thoughts like don't actually like line up with like legality, um but then again that statement, it does hold true, you know realistically, we can only handle like each day as it comes, and one at a time. I mean, we can't, like do like anything about, you know, what we think might happen, like weeks or like a month down the road. I mean, because like you have to go like a one at a time, so that way like it doesn't start to like go work on you, you know. Um, so yeah, so I think that's like the biggest thing, it's just it's like I make that, it's like a part of like everything that I like do, you know. Just take things, just like one day at a time, and take each day as it comes, you know. I mean, so that way, I'm not like overly stressed out about things that I have absolutely no control over, you know. So yeah, so I definitely stand by that, and think that it's something, that's worth living by. So the next main topic for this week's episode is life's hard truths, learning to make myself and I'm a priority. Truth is, I think it has come easy for me to put the needs and of others and or my country and above my own. Truth is that when I became a mom, that my only concern was doing what I could do that was within my power to keep my little boy safe and to give him uh, like a chance at a life. Now I'll be the first to admit, that I didn't want to give myself daily injections. You know, uh, throughout my uh, throughout my pregnancy, so that the likelihood that I would develop a blood clot and or even worse, pass a a blood clot and onto my unborn son. So that like that that my um that that my own personal issues like and that moment did not really matter. It's like they didn't mean anything. It's like okay, so it's like so what if I don't to do injections? It's needed, so that way that he has fair chance. You you know it like a life, not doing that, and the a likelihood of him not making it to term that it actually goes up, and despite what that I was going through, mentally, with having to do that, like it's like I push all of that, to the back, it's like that what matters is that I do the doggone shots, so that a way that I know that I've done everything that I can do, to is to help keep him safe. To make sure that that his life doesn't get cut short. Before it even happens. Um, you know. So when that I have things going on with me, you know, uh, from like a health standpoint, it's like I'm not too amped, to take care of it, but for I make sure that everybody around me is good, or that my little boy is good. It's like I remember, this one time though when I was in the military, and I pulled a muscle. It was in my quads. Um, and this happened like a few days before I had a fitness test that I had to take. Um, and but I had this show what attitude, it's like so what, if that I'm hurt, you know, um, like that, and I didn't matter, that what matter was me knocking out that test, so that way that I wouldn't be overdue, and so that way that my team or section, would be that much, closer. It's like everybody being, within being within a tolerance, you know. Um, so during that same fitness test, it started to rain right as we took off, for our run. Um, and I knew that I had to push it, a little bit, so that I could still pass, but not to the point to where I made my injury worse. Um, and I remember, catching up to this a one up, and this one NCO, who looked like that he could use a battle, you know, to have to motivate him, and to push him, I know to keep going, you know. Um, so I stayed by him, I know as long as I could, but then mine eternal stopwatch, it kicked in, and it was you need to pick up your pace a little bit. Um, so I did so, without I really thinking about it, I'm not thinking about my leg it hurting me, not thinking about the fact that I cannot really see where it is that I'm going, because it's raining so doggone hard. Um, and at the exact same time, I was still, judge, I'm attempting, to get him, to keep up the pace, and just not give up, you know. Um, and so at the, finish line, the NCO, he cut up with me, and that he told me, that's how much that he had appreciated it. I was, like I give him, like a positive, like like a motor, like ovation, and like a positive, like words, because like I think, that each of those like moments, where it's like that we think that it's way too hard, to like keep like going. It's a whole lot easier, just to like give up, and um, but it's like I think that the like military, and you might not like you you might not might not agree with me, but like I think the like military, that it teaches us, to like push, beyond things, and to and to persevere. So yeah. So I'll be the first to admit, that learning to make my own self is a priority. Sometimes it's going to take uh, time, and I'm going to say a process. You know, um, it's one of those things that I'm not like used to doing, that arguably it's one of those things that I need to do. I need to like start doing. You know, because like I can't help like anybody else like if that I'm not okay. So I mean like I think that's like a big like a reason why I I try to go to therapy. As like I need it. Um, like I think that's like a reason. Like that I do these like episodes. And the other like videos. Because for me like it's like a form of like it's like a form of like a therapy. Like I know it might seem like a word, but for me at least, as that's what it like amounts to. So that takes us into the last main topic of this week's episode. Life's hard truths. Uh, Disappointment. Um, the truth is that I've been disappointed by like individuals throughout my life. It's like I'm sure I'm not the only one who's ever been like disappointed by another person. My disappointment, for the most part, came during my childhood through trauma that in my view should not have happened in the first place. It's like that. I will tell you that I never really thought, that I would like reach this like point in my life when that I would be seriously disappointed in a medical at a professional. So like what I? So without like I really like going like into it, it's like I will say that I went uh to someone at a for care, and then I had like a meeting at a with them that I had to go to, to go over like different like testing that they had me do. Like very like related to like what I was doing with like mentally. Um, and so here I am. It's like I'm already like nervous like about the like meeting. Even before it got started. You know, and then I have to just take whatever is thrown at me, like verbally, and not lose my composure, especially since they outrank me. It's like, it was like, it was like at that moment, it's like that I left the meeting, with like more questions than answers, and and it left me with like a mixed emotions, you know. Um, so I did like the only thing that I felt that I could do that would allow my voice to be heard. So I wrote a letter and that I had emailed it um it, to the individuals and a supervisor, and I CC them on that email. It's like I felt that the individual I did, you know they did everything but the right thing, and to remain silent. Um, it wouldn't have helped me, and I wouldn't have helped like anybody else if they felt like boundaries were like overstepped. And it's like I realize, that at a medical personnel that they are entitled to their own like views and opinions, but to go as far as to say that I intentionally caused my panic attacks or my flare-ups was way out of line. Ex- Especially that when I was taking medicine, going to therapy groups, to try to learn tools, for dealing with the things that were causing my panic attacks. And so I also think um, that certain things went overlooked. Because I grew accustomed to wearing a mask. And like acting as if that nothing was ever like wrong. But like I learned that as like a kid, and sadly that was already forced when that I joined the military. Um, in my eyes, it was like the mission still needed to get done. So letting my mental health like out of like a way that it just wasn't an like option for me. Um, and I think that was that same disappointment, that motivated me to shine a brighter light, on mental health and awareness. And I'm at least within my, a unit while I was still in the military. Because of my mind, that even one life lost to suicide was one too many. I think that went along with the military starting to change the way that it looked at mental health. Like I think that along with like other things like in my past, that it's what propels me, to want to get my story or my experiences, I like out there. It's so that no one has to feel like they're like alone in this battle. Um, it's like I know that this episode has went like a little bit like longer than what they generally do. Um, so it's like I appreciate you for like listening. Um, you know, like yeah, it's like if you know somebody who's like going through like a really like a tough time, just like reach out, and let them know, like they that they don't have to, fight this, like them alone, because like thinking that you're not like alone, like in of itself, you know, um, that can like make like things like I feel like a lot worse, It's like there's like a no way like out of it, you know. And and I just don't like anybody, like to like have to feel that way, you know. It's a big like reason why like I do like these weekly podcast episodes, why I do the monthly mental health like videos, just so that folks know, it's like they're not in this like alone. Um, so that concludes this week's episode. If you have any, like thoughts, like comments, go ahead and post those. If the platform that you're on, if it like allows it. Um, and as like always, hope everyone has a safe and a wonderful week.